Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this winter neck scarf. Now let's take a close-up look at the fabric. The name of this particular fabric is called Platitudes and it's sold at Joann Fabrics and Crafts. If you don't live near a Joann's, you can also get it on their website, joann.com. And I made this about 20 inches wide. You can make this any width you like. In fact, you can make it maybe 40 inches wide and make a really nice shawl out of it. On this one, if you look right here, there is a seam here. It's really hard to see because I matched the stripes in this plaid. And so this way you can save a little money by stitching two pieces together and stitching it like this. It won't show, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So here's a layout of the fabric. And you have, when you unfold the fabric, it's 45 inches wide. And then you can go out as many yards or inches that you want going along this way. If you're going to cut and stitch two pieces together, for instance, and if I'm making them 20 inches wide, I only have to buy 40 inches, but I'm going to have a seam. But if the seam doesn't bother you, you don't need to worry about that. But if it bothers you, then you need to go out this way and buy more fabric, because that way you will not have a seam. So at each raw edge, you have a selvage edge here and up here. So each of the raw edges, you're going to cut it straight. I like using a rotary cutter and cutting mat, placing a ruler down there, a rotary cutting ruler, and just trimming it really straight. So you would do that at both raw edges of just one piece or both pieces. If you're not cutting your fabric in half and you just are having one big long solid piece with no seam, you can skip this step. But for those of you who are putting a seam in it, take the selvage edges. They're a finished edge, and you're just going to bring them together. Now, while you are bringing them together, you want to match the seams. So it might be off a little bit. If it is, don't worry, you can kind of cut it off if you need to a little bit. So you bring those together and then place a pin all along here, place pins, and then stitch a 1/2 inch seam along here. Now unfold the seam and press it open. Then on each side here, you're going to go out about 1/4 inch and stitch it down on both sides. And then when you're done, this is what it looks like from the front. Now I'm going to show you how to get this fringe, and you can make your fringe any width you want. Mine is about 1 inch. Now I did the two shorter ends first. And what I usually like to do is just go into the middle section and you just begin to pull threads out with a straight pin, and then you just pull it out. Now at first there'll be a lot of little short pieces, and I'll just keep going that way and pulling it out. Now at first it's pretty easy to pull it all out, but then as you go along and your fringe is wider, it gets a little more of a hassle. But by the time you're done doing all 4 edges, you're going to have a pile of threads like this. Now here is your fringed edge again. Remember, you can make it wider, or maybe you just want a 1/2 inch of fringe. I think this is really, really colorful. I like bright, colorful things, but this is a really easy beginner's sewing project. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you learned something new. I have many other scarf tutorials, so to get to those links, scroll down below your YouTube screen. Click on the description section by clicking on Show More or the down arrow, and it will expand open and you'll begin to see those links. Now don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny. See you next time.